Good morning. It is so good to be with you all today. Chairman Darby, members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to lay out House Bill 2890. The LNG, liquefied natural gas industry, contributes nearly $44 billion annually to the U.S. GDP and generates more than $11 billion in state, local, and federal tax and royalty payments. Moreover, in 2023, exporting LNG in the United States supported 222,450 jobs nationwide, with around 178,000 of those jobs being in the coastal region of Texas. In January 2024, the Biden administration placed a pause on all LNG pending projects in the United States. As a result, the Texas coastal region unnecessarily faced grave negative economic and social impacts. Now, keep in mind, the United States is number one in the world in exporting LNG, and Texas is not only the number one producing state for natural gas, but also the number one exporting state in the United States. As a result of the Biden administration's pause, I was selected to chair the House Select Committee on Protecting Texas Liquefied Natural Gas Exports during this past interim by Speaker Phelan. This idea for this bill was born out of that committee. House Bill 2890 amends Chapter 760 of the Government Code to create an interstate compact aimed at increasing communication and collaboration for the LNG industry between Texas and other states that border the Gulf of America: Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. The interstate compact is designed to, number one, protect and grow the liquefied natural gas industry along the Gulf Coast, and number two, improve coordination to increase the overall effectiveness and efficiency of the liquefied natural gas industry along the Gulf Coast. The need for Texas and other Gulf states to keep a united front against another potential pause on LNG exports is incredibly important for the economy of Texas and to help safeguard our state from possible adverse federal actions in the future. I want to thank the committee for allowing me to present this legislation. I'm happy to take any questions and reserve my right to close.
Members, any questions? I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
I'm familiar with the low-level waste compact when I first came into the legislature in 2007. We had a compact to cover that facility in Andrews, but we never funded it. Does your legislation contemplate a funding need? And if so, what is the mechanism for doing that?
No, sir. This is just a state interstate compact. The federal government's not including this whatsoever. It's just the state, and Governor Abbott or the governor at the time, would be tasked with creating this. And it's more of a collaboration and just a sharing of information between states. Predominantly, it's going to be Texas and Louisiana doing this, but I don't anticipate any costs. There was no fiscal note on the project, or on the bill, rather, and so I don't anticipate any costs.
Okay. Members, any question? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll allow you opportunity to close in a
Yes,
moment. Members, I thought I'd tell you that we have 13 organizations or folks who have registered on this bill. There are 10 for and 2 against and 1 neutral, and none wishing to testify. So just thought I'd throw that out for your consideration.
The land office is here as a witness or resource, but that's it.
We do have the land office here if anybody has a question of the resource, as a resource witness. If not, Chair recognizes Representative Patterson to close on his case.
Yes, sir. We hope to make this as efficient as possible for you today. So we'd be happy to take any questions. If not, then I close.
Thank you. If no questions,
I do.
wait,
Sure.
Representative Morales.
Almost made it.
Sorry, Representative Patterson. Real quick, will this compact provide for the states that enter into it to circumvent whatever White House decision in the future is made, similar to President Biden's?
No, sir. We would not have any authority to circumvent federal law whatsoever, or any actions taken by the White House under any administration. This is really just an information sharing approach. I think that A lot of folks don't realize the number of jobs, economic impact that this has, the amount of tax dollars that come in because of the natural gas produced and sold. I also don't think that folks realize the global benefits to the environment that our LNG exports have globally. I mean, you look at, the United States now surpassing Qatar, however you want to say it, and Australia to be the #1 liquefied natural gas exporter in the world. That not only helps our allies in Europe when they, are no longer having to get their natural gas from Russia to heat their homes, when they're at war with Russia, but it also helps globally, environmentally, because this fuel replaces much, much dirtier fuels to produce electricity worldwide. And so I think that it's more of an educational opportunity for these states to really present the benefits of the LNG industry to the world to ensure that hopefully we can kind of fight against that. But to answer your question specifically, there is no authority in this compact to circumvent federal law or actions by the White House.
Got it. I understand that. I recall when this first issue came up, and my staff also pointed out, we, representing West Texas and
Sure.
Predominantly, showcasing the efforts that the oil and gas industry has out there, specifically in my district. I recall that we actually formulated a letter, against the White House position on this. As one of the Democrats, especially when you're representing that portion of the district out in West Texas, it's important for us and for our constituents to feel that they have the support of the representatives up here in Austin. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
That was my only concern. It's like, how do we address some of these unilateral decisions that are sometimes made by presidents up there? But I understand federal, the difference between federal and state. I just was wondering. Now, you also mentioned that you noted that maybe it was only going to be Louisiana. Is that, you're having already conversations with folks in Louisiana, or what about the other Gulf states?
Well, in any state that borders the Gulf of America would be able to join this compact. I'm just saying that, Texas, Louisiana are the top ones. And so that I'm just saying that's where most of the activity is going to be. But any state, whether it's Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, would be able to join.
Appreciate that. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
I'm not familiar with that Gulf of America. So is this the only recommendation coming out of the subcommittee that you chaired? I mean, are there
No,
other?
no, sir. There's a couple of other recommendations, one of which was related to decreasing some of the state hurdles on the LNG industry because there are already federal requirements there. And there were several others, but these were the ones that we felt like were most likely to pass and most likely to be effective long-term.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Members, any questions? Okay, if there's no objection, or you close?
Yes, sir, I sure do. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
If there's no objection, House Bill 2860 will be left pending. Is there objection? The chair hears none. The bill is left pending.
Thank you.